So welcome back to my channel. This is GamerDom and this is the Jagdpanther II, the tier 8 German tank destroyer. And what a beast it is. Look at this thing. Great model as well. I love these plates on the side that are only sort of halfway down. Very nice model. Anyway, let's have a quick look at it in the tech tree. Where are we? We get to it down the... Oh, I'm going mad. Here we go, through the TD line. So you come through the Stugs, Stug B, Stug G. Stug G is a good tank. The Jagdpanther IV, which is a real Marmite tank, people either love or hate. The Jagdpanther, which is a pretty good tank. Jagdpanther, and then it has a split. You can either go to the 30 or to the Jagdpanther II, and then onto the Jag Tiger, and then onto the Jagdpanzer E100. Now, my personal opinion, the Jagdpanther II is a far better tank than Ferdinand. They are very similar in terms of gun handling and armament on them. However, what the Jagdpanther has that the 30 does not is speed and mobility. Now the 30 has slightly better armor, however it has very well known weak spots, certainly for players up at those sort of levels. So the Jagdpanther II, it is the tier 8 version of their TD line, turretless obviously. It's a nice, really nice tank. It's quite a bit of a grind, certainly to get up to the top gun. You've got quite a lot of modules to research, but it's actually fairly effective. You start off with the pack 7188, which is still a pretty good gun at tier 8. It will struggle at tier 9 and 10 games, but at tier 8's 203 penetration with standard ammo and 237 with premium is perfectly adequate. You then have an upgrade to 105 centimeter gun, which is actually not as good. So my recommendation is you stick with this 88. So you stick with a stock gun, because I think this 105 millimeter, it has better DPM. Yeah, 240 versus 320, but really it just doesn't have the penetration. So in my mind anyway, I stuck with the 88, and then you unlock the 128 millimeter, which is a monstrously good gun. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get back to the tank itself. Hit points, 1150 hit points, which is a little bit on the sad side, a bit low. So you can't take too many hits, and armor wise is not fantastic either. 100 millimeters at the front, 60 at the side and 40 at the rear. However, it's very well sloped, so frontal shots, particularly if you can get a little bit of a lateral angle as well, will bounce off this thing, and it is surprisingly bouncy. Now you shouldn't trust your armor. It really uses mobility over armor as its best defense, but that's not to say you will not get bounces. You do, so you know that's good. And look at the sloping on what would be the turret. I mean, that really is very sloped, so good stuff there. Mobility wise, it weighs 54 tons, has an engine of 700 horsepower, which gives it a top speed of 55 in forward gear and 12 in reverse. A little bit slow in reverse, but really good top speed. 55 is excellent, and its traverse speed isn't bad either. 43 degrees per second is really useful. Concealment wise and view range wise, it's okay for concealment. It will stay hidden if you've got a decent camo crew. You can stay hidden quite well until you fire. Your percentage of chance of being spotted is 19.1 if you're not firing and you're stationary, whereas it drops to 3.1. So when that big ass gun fires, you will be spotted. So expect to be spotted once you fired, and then use that mobility to get the hell out of dodge. Spotting range 379, which is actually not great. Now there is a case for putting binos or something else on this. I tend not to, because I prefer to have the better gun handling and better general all-round ability of vents and not vertical stabilizers, what am I talking about, enhanced laying drive, but there is definitely a case for putting in binos. My personal preference with this is that with any kind of fast tank, I tend to get a little bit excited sometimes and push up too far, so at least with this view range I'm more inclined to hang back and let others spot first, and then use the TD as it should be used, which is to support and lay down some covering fire for the tanks going forward. And then the beauty is late game, mid game, you can use the mobility of this vehicle to get around the battlefield and then do more of a in-your-face kind of attack, which is eminently suitable for. So we talked about it briefly already, but let's look at this top gun. In fact, let's bring up all the guns. Oops. There's the stock gun. As I say, that would be my preference. It certainly was my preference when I was grinding this tank over the secondary gun. So you got the 88mm. As I said, it's got 203 pen, 240 average damage, and aim time is 2.3, which is a little slow, so that's not great. Again, a good reason for having the gun handling drive. The 105mm has marginally less pen, considerably slower rate of fire, 25% less. So the 88 fires 10 rounds per minute, the 105 fires 7.5 rounds a minute, so 25% less. So your DPN drops considerably with that 105, and you lose a bit of pen. For a little bit of an increase on average damage from 240 to 320, but your dispersion gets worse, but your aim time paradoxically gets better, so 1.7. So I guess it's horses for courses. If you're really a sit back and snipey kind of player, then maybe the 105 is worthwhile. I found the 88 far better. The fact it can lay down a lot more punishment, has slightly better penetration, to me was the better option. The top gun, however, is this thing, and it's a really good gun. So it fires 5.13 rounds per minute, which for a big ass shell is not bad at all. Penetration with a standard round 246, which is excellent. And if you really need to, APCR round will go through 311 millimeters of armor. So that will allow you to compete pretty well with tier 9 and 10 tanks. Average damage with both those shells is 490, so it makes a mess when it hits. If you need to fire HE, 65 penetration and 630 damage. Always worth having a few shells just for those resets, just for those tanks that are showing you a side, or very low health tanks, because being 128 millimeter shell, the effect of it even on very heavily armored tanks is pretty good. Dispersion is not great, 0.35, so it's not great for firing on the move, but hey, it's a TD, what do you expect? And 2.3 aim time, a bit like the 88, is not great, which again is why I use the gun lane drive to bring that down. So yeah, it's a really good TD, great fun to play, very effective gun, and surprisingly bouncy armor. So let's have a look at a couple of games and see how we get on. Okay, here we are on Malinovka. It's a tier 8 game. Obviously this is a tier 8 tank, and could see 9s and 10s, does see 9s and 10s. So being quite lucky with the matchmaking, although there are some very good players on the enemy team, so we're going to have to watch out. So I'm never one for hanging around in the base in this sort of this matchup, so I'm going to head wide and go round to the sort of mid-range CD area. And you can see it's not the fastest accelerating, but once it gets going it's a pretty nippy tank. We're already up to 38. Spick and the T-37 are having a bit of how to do. That's good. Right, so we're going to whiz round. We're doing maximum speed, 55 at the moment. Going to try and get up. Yeah. I was hoping I might get up before there was before those enemy tanks disappeared, but that was hoping of it, I think. So we're going to come up here and we're going to take a chance. .500 damage on that T-25-2, which is nice. There are two arties, so we need to be careful. We also spotted that, which was nice, doubly nice. I keep saying nice because it's nice. So I'm going to keep wobbling around because I don't want anybody to get the idea that we're still here, even though we are. And also I don't want to give them an excuse to lay an arty shell down here. But there he is again. Don't think I can get my gun down. So the gun depression being a TD like this is quite poor. Oh, there's a Spick out there. It's worth it to take the scout down, I think. Back down, back down. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hope the arty isn't paying attention. So we've done our bit. We've taken out, I think, what was out there in terms of their advanced guards. The Spick's down. The 25-2 is dead. However, they are pushing the middle line there quite aggressively. Can we get up and have another go? This is chancing it a little bit. However, we are a TD. That's what we're here for. Object 416. Weird message on my Facebook message. I don't really want to be exposed to him because he's a bit good. And although he's got no gun depression, we could find that a little bit problematic. So I'm pulling right back. Put him right back. Okay, let's go forward a bit more now. Okay, so it's getting a bit tight. I think I might go up onto the hill now. Try and use some of this mobility. And that's, you know, you're a TD who has mobility, so you might as well take advantage of it. Relocate, reposition, try and use what the advantages you've got. And as I say, it's mobility primarily. You will bounce shots, and it's got a very good gun. You saw there, I mean, I've got a reasonable crew. It's not an outstanding crew, but it's a reasonable crew. So the fact that I can take out or acquire a target quite quickly to fire at is a huge advantage. So it looks like the Oni is going to play, trying to play. Type 64 down there. Looks like the Oni is going down on the object, pardon the expression. Well, he actually managed to beat him though. Somebody else probably needs to go and help him. T-37 looks like he's going to have a try. Oh, and there's a... Oh, I bounced off him. That was a shame. Hit the hull. I was actually trying to hit the turret. I missed the turret and hit the hull. And as we know, the hull on those things is pretty darn strong. So, what can we see that's still out there? Can't get any shots on those heavies, unfortunately, not unless they back a bit. Would you back please a bit so I can shoot you? That would be awfully generous of you. Doesn't look like they want to. Oh, it's a mod. Oh, he's not. Oh, they're just not playing the game, really, are they? Just not playing the game. Come on, Mr. Mod, you know you want to. Oh, nearly had a shot at him, but he ducked back down again. Okay. Oh, there's a comet right in the middle. What's he doing there? Okay, let's go and see where we can influence the battle in the middle there. Oh, comet's down. Okay, forget that. So, what have we got left? Gonna push. Here we go, use this mobility, hopefully to our own advantage. Took a shot for the Pershing. Don't know whether it was aimed for us, but it hit us anyway. Ow. Taking shots. Party down. Pop the mod this time. He got me that time. Probably a bit too aggressive, but what the hell. The game was over and I wanted to do some damage and finish it before we got there. I thought the mod was still up a bit closer than he actually was. He'd pulled right back, but I think we knocked the guts out of the team. Yarchi's down, just that mod left. To be fair, he didn't fire any. He did fire premium. I was going to say he didn't fire premium. He did 1, 2, 3 premium shells. Bang, bang, bang. But he's about to meet his maker, which is very satisfying. There's just that T-28 prototype left. The team should be able to surround him and kill him fairly easily, one would hope. Only he's a man after my own heart. Seems to think he can snipe with that thing from that kind of... That's a little bit far. Even I wouldn't try and do it from that sort of range. So let's see what the... here we go. FCM. Oh, he's backed up right into the building, that's why. Ha! Here we go. Oh. Right, you can get in there now. Now he's... Oh, he's on the other side of the building. Okay, there we go. Right, here we go. He's dead. He's dead. Oh, we're nearly friendly fire there. Nearly friendly fire. Good job. Good job, team. We did okay. Not outstanding. Okay. But you can see the mobility of the thing. The Jagdpanther II is an excellent tank. Really good mobility. Good gun. Can do a lot of damage. Yeah, really like it. Third class mastery, spotter, buddy battle. Oh, not cause damage to any allies for 50 battles. I must improve that. Fire for effect. Finished up. What's that? 4th on the team. 756 base XP. 1,211 damage and 2 kills. 7 shots fired, 6 of them hit, 4 of them penned for that 1,200 damage. You know, good average damage on this thing. 6 hits received, 4 of them penetrated, 2 didn't. Well, they were mainly premium that we were receiving, so what can you say? We did 1,486 assistance damage, which is nice. Now I made a loss, but that's mainly because I had to use my large repair kit. I didn't realise I had a large repair kit on this. It doesn't really need it. And I've run out of them in stock, so 20,000 takes a lot off my profit. I would have made around about 15,000 profit out of that game if I hadn't have used my repair kit, which was a shame. So 33,000 gross, nearly 5,000 loss. 1,134 XP times 2 for the day gave me 2, 2, 6 and 8. If I hadn't had a premium, it would have been 1500. So there you go. Let's see another game. Okay, so this is a tier 8 game on Abbey. We're top tier again, which is nice. What do we want to do best here? I mean, we are a TD, but we're a mobile TD, so you have an option. You can either camp. There is only one artillery. However, there are some very obvious places for you to camp in self-propelled, in tank destroyers in this game. But I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to head up to this bit here and support the mediums as they go through the middle of the city, and hope that our RT friend hasn't got his shooting boots on. Skoda's got up through, hasn't seen anything. AMX is up there, so it doesn't appear to be anything at the moment. But let's just keep an eye open. Ah, there we go, Hellcat. Thank you. He moved. That's a really annoying. Should have had a shot on the Hellcat, but he pulled up really quickly. Can we get a shot on the VK3001P? Not yet, not yet. Yes, there he is. Now that would have hit him. Oh, and our T-37 drowned. Good job. I'm guessing he was oh, there's a whole load of them. Nice shot on the 3485. Been spotted, however, so I've got to make sure I pull back a bit. IS, come on, stay there, mate. Doesn't he realise it? I mean, isn't he watching his map that I was there? What? Sometimes you just wonder what players are doing. I mean, I appeared, so he knew I was there, but he just stayed around. Oh, I missed that shot though. That's that aim time. The aim time on this gun is not terrific, but that's a real shame. Could have killed that guy. Oh, can we hit that Centurion up there? No. What about the Carnarvon? Nope. IS is suffering from RT, I think. Oh no, the 12 ton. Hey, good job. Okay, 3485's sort of trying to get around the edge. Still trying to see if I get a shot on the Centurion or the Carnarvon, but no joy there. So that was a pretty brutal fight in the middle there. Only the 12 ton seems to have survived. Just there, 1385, who was a bit damaged because I put a big 128mm shell through him. So I'm going to push down. I'm going to use this mobility, and you know, I think I'm a big exponent of being a bit more aggressive in TDs. The nature of a TD is that you kind of feel like you can and should hang back all the time, but actually, especially in something like this where you've got surprisingly good armor and you are top tier, you can get away with, and you've got mobility, you can get away with moving around and getting into a better position to try and influence the game. At the end of the day, you are a big gun, and you want to influence the battle if you can. So I'm going after this. Whoa, and that was just a classic, wasn't it? And you see there, he bounced on me. As I came down the rock there, my gun dropped to the floor, and I managed to put one straight into the earth in front of me. Hey ho! So he's down. That's good. Enemy are coming round the 1-2 line. There is a 25-2 sitting there. I think we'll have a shot at him. Thank you very much. He's not paying attention to me either. I should be RT proof. Oh, he's turning his turret. I would suggest you move, buddy. I would suggest you move, being in the TD club, but he didn't want to take my advice. 2 shots, he's down. It suddenly changed around. It's 11-8 in our favour. However, the north appears to have fallen. In fact, both flanks. Oh no, hang on. We've where did those Oni and the Type 58 turn up from? Anyway, whatever. We've lost the Banana Road, or the river. What do you call that road? The road that goes down the 8 line. It's not a banana road, but you know what I mean. But we appear to have held the other road, which is good. Although there is an IS-3 and a Cromwell still active, and we've only got a Type 58. So I'm coming back to try and help out, and didn't need to fire, but somebody else got him at the same time as I did. which cost me a load of shells for no good reason. But there is a Centurion. Does he know I'm here? I don't think he does. He's coming for our 28. He's obviously trying to muscle in on him. Boom cha! 536 damage. That's going to make his day a little bit unhappier. And we should reload to have another go before he can kill the 28. Let's see. Oh, we left him on 51 health. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? And he's hiding behind the 28. And I've just hit the 28. That was pretty stupid of me. Yeah. I think I was losing auto aim, which was pretty daft. Anyway, we've cleaned him up. The positive side, the T28 gets some extra credits from me. Yeah, that was a bit stupid. 3,000 damage though. We took down the Centurion. We've had 3 kills. We've just got to find the Cromwell. Centurion was happy that I helped him out against the T28, which is, you know, I like to be considerate, obviously. So where is that Cromwell? Could be anywhere, to be honest. He was last seen on the 2 line, but he's so quick. You could really do with that VK. He's just gone out and sat on the island out there, played no part in the game, really. And obviously the I'm guessing that T-37 that drowned at the beginning of the game was trying to get over there too. Obviously didn't manage it. So me and Bert have decided to go and sit in the cap because you know, it's just no point really. But I'm going to carry on. Actually, I'm going to carry on. I'd forgotten I carried on. Mainly because I just thought, what's the point really? If Bert's going to sit in the cap, looks like the Type 58's going to sit in the cap. I might as well have a go at seeing if I can find this Cromwell. We'll see whether we actually manage to. Whereas I really need that VK to come back, but it's a one-way ticket over to that island. I just don't get it at all. I can see it if you're in a super fast TD, you can get up there and actually cause some real damage from those islands on anything that's coming down that road. But the problem is, in a light tank, you're not going to do any damage. So all you're doing is spotting, and there wasn't much artillery for you to spot for. This guy's going to survive. Nowhere I'm going to find him in time, and looks like both of the tanks have got into the cap. But there you go, good game. Apart from the team shot, which was a bit of a shame, but we got there in the end. There we go. That was a second class duelist and fire for effect. Finished up top on the team, 3,100 damage, 3 kills, 943 base XP, 13 shots fired, 9 of them hit, 9 of them penned, including the team kill. Our team wound, we didn't kill him. We blocked 2 shots, which is pretty good. We were hit 3 times, only 1 penned and 2 bounced, and that's what I mean. Against lower tier tanks, this thing is actually surprisingly bouncy. Against some of the big tier 9s and tier 8 guns and even tier 10s, you're not going to have much chance. But against the, you know, tier 6, 7, 8s, you've got a chance. Well, some 8s will just go straight through it. But it's the angling of it is such that you will bounce some stuff. Nearly 53,000 credits, which is rather nice. Cost us nearly over 7,500. Because of that team shot that would have made, without that, would have made, what's that, 29,000 profit. As it was, we made 21,500 profit. If we'd had a non-premium account, would have been 13,200. We received 1,417 XP times 2 for the day. Gave us 2,820 XP. So GG, good game. So there you have it. That's the Jagdpanther II. An excellent TD. Thoroughly recommend it to anybody who's interested in getting a good TD that can cause some serious damage, but also has a bit of fun because you can move around. It's not one of these really static TDs. You can see in those games that yes, you can fire in range. Yes, you can cause some damage. Yes, you get some good pens when you've got that top gun. Even with the 88 you do. But the beauty of it, in my mind, is that mobility. The fact you can redeploy very, very quickly and very, very easily. And you can whip around the battlefield and pop up where they're least expecting it. And in the sort of end game, you can go full on beast mode and try and take on things. You know, try not to team shoot things, of course. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Jagdpanther II. If you did, please consider giving it a like, and if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. That would be spiffing and super. Thank you very much indeed. This has been Gamer Dom. Thanks for watching. Have good fun with your games. Enjoy them. Try not to take them too seriously, and I'll see you again soon. Gamer Dom out.